You create your reality by the lens of perspective you choose to see the world through. Receive or miss your calling through the energy you harness from that lens. The choice is yours. Welcome to the Donawon podcast.
Nice, I'm fresh. Oh,
Big
somebody was popping!
Yeah. Big shout out to UA.
That's my dog, UA. We're just talking about
It's
you,
dog.
and like, you're amazing, bro. Like, when you see this podcast, I just want you to know,
We love you.
yeah, bro. Like, from Zamani and
Zamani loves you.
bro, we love you, die, man. There's nothing you can't do.
UA.
UAX, check him
Big
out.
shout out.
UAX is dope.
Alright.
So yeah, man. Zamani, do you know what's like very remarkable about being a human being?
Mm-hmm.
We are the only creatures here that look disorientated in our habitat. So like, let me just basically give you a little breakdown. So like, when you look at the forest here, you see a deer. A deer can blend so well in the forest that you don't even see it, right? It's literally seamless, right? If you look at the sky, you see birds flying, right? It's their habitat. It seems seamless, right? They're just coasting through the air. If you look at water, you see fishes. It's seamless. They're perfectly designed for their purpose in their environment. But human beings are the only ones that buildings deal, cars deal, we're causing pollution, we're causing wars, we're causing so much like chaos, and there's no thriving like ecosystem around us that will preserve us, right? Because even if you think about nature, you think of the lion eating the deer, right? Sorry, let me reverse. The deer eating the grass, the deer eaten by the lion dying to fertilize the grass. So there's a cycle for preservation, regardless, right?
Yeah.
But human beings, we don't have that.
Are you sure we don't have that?
And well, we don't, because like, if you look at how the world is going, right, it's literally.
How about the news about
What?
the cemetery fee?
Which cemetery?
The US, the one that they want to start taking dead bodies now from the
Stop, bro. But the thing is, the reason why it's like that, bro, is because we have been given the ability to create our own habitat.
Yeah.
You understand? And there's so much power in that, because when you look at every other species, right, that has its habitat created, right, it's perfect because it was made by God. Do you understand? But God has allowed us to literally just create and be in charge and just run our things, yeah. But when you have imperfect people with the ability to create, that's what happens, right? And when you now simplify it to like a micro level, right, it's very funny how it is only the five senses, which we also share in common with animals, that people use to perceive their environment, right? Because in order to be able to create, you must actually first visualize, right? But a lot of visualization is based off just the five senses. So what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, your five senses. Do you understand? My issue with that is, well, I can't say my issue with that, but the issue with that is, if you literally let your environment dictate your mental schema, you would never actualize who you really are. Because there are other faceted aspects about the human being that we don't focus on, right? So imagination, willpower.
But like, you actually know that your environment actually shapes you.
No, I definitely hear that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm literally trying to talk about living from the inside out. And I'll explain. The ability to imagine has nothing to do with your environment. You know that, right?
It plays.
No, let me explain what I mean. If I want to become the president, right? Obviously, there are constructs that are set in place for you to want to aspire to achieve. But when I say has nothing to do with the environment, I mean there is no limitation that your environment imposes on you unless you want it to impose the limitations on you.
Yeah, fact, because I'm actually living testimony of that.
Exactly. You will talk about your story on this podcast as well. Do you understand? No, we have to, bro, because it's deep. But my point is this, yeah? The ability to imagine. Very, very typical example, bro. I'm a guy that lives in Dolphin Estate, Ikoyi. I visualize, bro, that one day I will get a Sony deal. Bro, there's no Sony company. I was new in the industry. I didn't even have friends in the industry. Do you understand? I just had a dream, right? Fast forward 4 years last year, right? I got it by the special grace of God. I got it, right? And that was because of visualizing, the willpower to go on, the different aspects of the human being that people don't even factor in to actually create their reality. You understand? So this is what I'm going to. When you focus on what you see, what you hear, and all these things, yeah, what you have indirectly done is you have brought your awareness to be controlled by others. Let me just give you a very, very typical like example for this. So think of the mind like a box, right? A transparent box with many rooms, right? That's what the mind is. And there's this light called awareness, right? Now at the top layer of so there's a top layer of rooms, bottom layer of rooms, right? Transparent. At the top layer of rooms, you have every good emotion, right? You have every good feeling, joy, happiness, everything positive that you can think of that the mind can conceive. And then you have all the negative like pride, hatred, the negatives, right? So what happens is this light, right? Let's call the light awareness, right? When we focus too much on our surroundings, right? Like we emerge our senses with our surroundings, because you need to understand everything is a synergy. Like the world is a synergy. There's a universal flow, which is why nothing is by accident. You understand? When you submerge your external senses to what is going on around you, right? You are channeled into a specific type of flow, right? And what then happens is you have now allowed society to drag your awareness, and 9 out of 10 times it will be negative. Why? Because there's something called the spirit. Something called the spiritual DNA, right? And that is why people aspire to do more, because of the perfection of the spiritual DNA. Everybody feels that they are not doing their best, right? And you have so many things in your surroundings that would always remind you that you're not doing your best with what you see, what you hear, what you perceive with all your senses, right? So what happens is that light of awareness can go to all the negative like rooms. So you look at something, man, what does this guy even feel like? Like, I don't understand. Your awareness has been dragged to something negative. Your mom tells you, man, honestly, I don't feel you can do this, Sadness, that awareness has been taken. But the reason why I'm talking about inside out is, the first thing is, these 5 senses are allowed for you to perceive things, right? But they shouldn't shape your reality. So let's go to that light of awareness. Somebody comes to me and says, yo, you can't do this. As far as I'm concerned, that awareness will never be dragged to doubt. It has to be, I can do this, and I'm going to show you that I can do this. I've used that awareness to light up another room of positivity, which is belief. You understand? And what happens is that becomes your consciousness. A lot of people they're just existing, they're not living. Do you understand? Right. And that's because of lack of consciousness. When your awareness is dragged by the elements of society, right, you are existing. It's why a lot of people settle. It's why a lot of people are in their workplaces, and they're not happy. It's why a lot of people, they feel dissatisfied even when things are going well, because they are just allowing their environment to dictate everything about their mental psyche, right? So why am I basically saying all this? Human beings need to understand the power that they have by being made in God's image, which is literally being a creator. And in order to create, you can't allow your society to dictate anything, because these human constructs that we live in, they are man-made. Whether it's school, whether it's uni, whether it's marriage, all these things, they are literally man-made constructs for an industry to thrive in. Do you understand? Because somebody is getting paid. Capitalism ruins passion. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the passion to create, bro, the passion to believe, the passion to manifest, it comes from within. And the aspect, like, what makes the internal being, right, is not something that you can really articulate in words. It's a feeling. And that's why human beings, we operate on frequencies. You understand? Your feeling is basically the frequency you're operating on, which is why you need to surround yourself with people that are you're operating in the same frequency. So if you're operating on the frequency of positivity, you need positive people around you to fuel that fire.
Yeah.
So that all the intrinsic things in you are aligned for you to manifest what you want to manifest. There's so many times that I just ask myself that, yo, man, like, I could have easily settled. Like, I could have easily just said, man, this is what society demands from me. This is what I'm going to do, right? I'm sure it's the same for you. But just by believing that there's something more than a routine, there's something more than a schedule. There's something more than a desired type of life, especially because every single person is unique. Now, let me also say this here. There's a difference between unique and special. I don't think anybody's special, bro. Like, I don't think anybody has that extra divine must, you understand, that gives you that upper edge over anybody, no. But what I believe is people are unique. So the meaning of unique is you are made for a specific purpose. Like your literal design from your parents, your grandparents to your parents to you being born is for a specific purpose. And so many things will happen to us in life to actually alter that purpose, which literally has to do with the external factors. Everything you see, everything you hear, and then you can get distracted. But when you go within to actually search the things that make you happy, i.e., your passion, you then discover that your purpose is in your passion. Because as far as I'm concerned, God is not going to let me like something randomly for no reason. God is a very, 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 very conscious God, right? So if that's the case, fam, your passion should also be your preservative, like we spoke about in the last episode, how it could be a dangerous thing, right? But it is also a very, 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 very core thing in fulfilling your destiny, because we are creatives and we need something to sustain us as creatives. That's passion, you know. We're not like God where we can click our fingers and it happens. We have to undergo a process, right? And always focusing on the things within would literally allow you to continue that journey, to manifest things. And it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You never create and get to a point of satisfaction from creation because of the like perfect nature of the spiritual DNA. You have to keep evolving. You have to. And as you evolve, your environment evolves.
And see, the power to know when to evolve is key.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's key.
Yeah.
Because some people are stuck.
Bro. And like I keep on saying here, the reason why they're stuck is because they only focus on the five senses that they have. What they see, what they hear, what they think, all these things. But if you focus on other things that make you who you are, your imagination, your willpower, your ability to shape your perspective just by your attitude. Like, bro, to me, attitude is the most important word in the world. Because your attitude will shape your perspective about life. Even if things are trash, it will shape your perspective. And what you've done is started the creative process. Because this is not your reality, but you have created your reality for you to be able to move on. You understand? And this is a very, very powerful tool, because people never get to where they're meant to get to because of having, bro. And that shapes your perception, it shapes your drive, it shapes the energies you attract, it shapes everything. Because the way you treat life is the way life will treat you. It's very, very simple. Jeez. Man, life is crazy. Life is crazy. Trust me, bro.
Wow.
I know, man. I know. I think I've spoken for like 12 minutes. I think, do you have anything else to add?
Nothing really.
Yeah.
Can I tell this to
I know.
I think I really understand that situation today.
Yeah.
Which I'm very grateful to. I
Bro,
understand
thank
that
God.
it shapes your creative process.
Yeah, man.
It shapes you entirely. Yeah, attitude shapes you.
Yeah, it does. Because you need to understand that the secret of success is the secret of failure, which is you become what you think.
Yeah.
And your thought process, right, is shaped by the attitude you have. And I also know that there are also a lot of underlying factors to that, because before you could think, your subconscious was formed by your environment, right? So the ability to actually channel a positive attitude, sometimes people might not have by default, probably because maybe they didn't receive love growing up, and the way they just see life is just very obscure. But that's where nurture and nature come into play. So when you experience love by going out in the world or going to school, let's talk about the structured way of living. They send you to school, you meet somebody that likes you. Because, bro, another thing personally about me, I was never the coolest kid, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I only had two friends, like two people that I could call friends in primary school, right? Shout out Shegu Fosudo, shout out Farida Demola Seriki, who is now known as Carlo, the Grammy Award-winning artist. Love you, babes. Till today, she's always telling me I shouldn't Snapchat and drive. I'm trying to reduce.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Instagram and drive. But yeah, long story short, yeah, I was never the coolest kid, but these two people made me feel okay to be myself. You understand? And when you find people like that, you literally need to attach yourself to them, because these are the facilitators. These are the people that will encourage you. These are the people that will love you unconditionally. These are people that will really change. Do you understand? Because they love your core.
Yeah.
What makes you and the thing is, they will hardly misunderstand you.
Yeah.
They will hardly misunderstand you because they love you for your essence. They don't love you for the things that you have or the things that you've done. Because when you have a conversation with someone, because for me personally, when I have a conversation with someone, I'm studying your character. I don't care what you can do because
Facts.
everybody's talented.
Facts.
Everybody's talented.
Facts.
To me, everybody should be a celebrity
Yeah.
because everybody's an artist.
Yeah.
Because everybody's a creative.
But the attitude just shows who deserves that and who
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, like this is actually so crazy because talking about attitude now, yeah, I'm just looking at myself. When and where have I shown it? And it's so crazy that it's not just like it's something you share every time, but just do it at the right time for the right purpose. Because bro, like, see, I ignore people. I can be trashy, but when I show my attitude, it just calms everything, man.
Yeah.
It just changes
I
everything.
mean, when you show the right attitude.
Yeah, when I show the right attitude, it's crazy.
Bro, trust me.
Crazy.
Because you need to
Crazy.
understand. Like I said, human beings, we feed off vibrations, bro.
Yeah.
And vibrations are very real. It's why sometimes when you don't talk, everything about your body language is letting me know that there's something on your mind. But it's because you're thinking about it and it's showing in your body. So these are the
Yeah,
vibe.
I was telling you about that part too.
It is very real.
Like my physical part will actually show how I'm feeling. Like
Yeah.
I can't actually deny that.
Yeah. And the thing is, most people can't, even if they try and pretend to, because it will show.
Yeah, it will show.
There'll be a crack.
Yeah, to show.
And it might even just be an awkward laugh.
Yeah.
It can be the slightest thing. And once that thing shows, somebody that's very observant will be like, there's something wrong with this guy.
Like me, I'm a bad boy. Like this.
Bro.
when their voice start to crack, I just say, she's turned on, bro.
You actually had to, bro.
She's turned on, bro.
Oh man, bro, trust me. Like the ability to create is within all of us, man. And I just pray and I hope and I'm begging people, yeah. Just take a chance on yourself. I've mentioned all the things that are necessary intrinsically to manifest your life. But have faith, man. Like, you just need to have faith. And faith is believing in what is unseen. There's literally nothing that should allow you believe the things that you believe about yourself. But when you have faith, when you really trust the process, when you know that there's somebody that created this thing called life before you were born and after you go, so all you get are the lessons of it, and there's really no prize, right? There's just implementing your purpose in the world for the facilitation of what God wants you to do and His glory. Then, man, just understand that it's not about you, so that you take that pressure off you, bro. It's about impacting your people. It's about showing love. It's about loving one another, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody's a creative, man. Everybody is a creative.
Everybody.
And you just need to harness that in a real way. Harness that energy in a real way. So yeah, I think this podcast is going for 17 minutes now. Normally I was going to tell myself like at least 18, 20. But man, God works in mysterious ways. I'm just going to call it a day. And subscribe to my channel. And, and share. Show people that, you know, it's not just trash content we have in the world, you know. There's content that people can actually use to actually develop, meditate on, and really try and achieve something in their life in a real way, you know. I love everybody. God loves everybody. Enjoy yourself. Stay blessed. And yeah, I did that well. How does it look on camera? Wait.
Sick. Wow.